Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Fiddlesticks, and I'll be facing off against the Grand Heist adventure. I'll probably just play Fiddlesticks and then Victor right after this, get those few last runs in, and then we wait for the new adventure. I'll just be doing Fiddlesticks because it seemed like a decent idea. The whole Terrify thing. I want to try out milling the opponents in this adventure. I don't know how good of a game plan that is, but hopefully it works out for me. So I'll just be running the Fiddlesticks relic plus the Grand General's counter plan because I want to cast burst speed Crow Storms, and the Stalker's Blade should help me stabilize when Fiddlesticks gets summoned. Now, Zed, LeBlanc or Ezreal. I've got to remember that for Fiddlesticks you always draw the support champion, never your own champion. What would be the most synergistic thing? Stuff that lets me damage the opponent's nexus. Ezreal seems good. The bonded bucklers mean that Ezreal can give something else elusive, which should allow me to get some nexus damage in. The static shock is okay, I guess. True shot barrage not so much. LeBlanc also has bonded bucklers. Zed being striking the opponent's nexus on summon is halfway of his level up condition. But I don't know if you want to level up Zed, or if leveling up Zed even is that great. Let's go with Ezreal, and then we'll try to go ahead and draft some aggressive units. Okay, we're going to pick up Domination, obviously. Then again, maybe that was a mistake. Domination is always a very good power, but in this adventure with the opponent's units grow when you get the attack token, maybe that was a mistake. We'll see. Vastine Disciple seems decent, sure. All of these are terrible. Petal Pixie. It generates 2 bodies, which might be great. Ares is okay. Hothead is tempting, but I'll pass. Poison Mists, there's no point in picking it. Eye of the Storm for the sake of card draw and ramp. I don't need it. J Medarda. I don't have cards that target my own units. Pokestick. Well, that's a very buff Pokestick. No way I'm passing that up. Wraith of Echoes. I would like it if Wraith of Echoes was good, but the track record on Wraith of Echoes for my previous runs is not that great. So let's reroll. Veteran Investigator, Brash Gambler, Veteran Investigator, I guess. All of these are terrible. Same thing here. Thermogenic Beam. Yeah, might as well. Astute Academic. Okay, I guess it's 2 mana for a decently statted unit. And then, you know what? Arachnoid Sentry might be alright. Let's see how well we fare up against this first encounter. I feel like if we lose, it's definitely going to be because of our power. Domination in retrospect might not have been the wisest decision. Anyway, let's just drop down Ezreal turn 1. Actually, no. Because of the Haunting Trophy, Ezreal doesn't actually deal damage to the opponent's nexus. Well, in that case, what should I do? I can go 2 into 1. I'll do just that. Really? Nothing? Suspicious. There you go. Well, at the very least it didn't summon something that was extremely frightening. So yeah, it works. The rally effect buffs up the opponent's units as well as mine, or as well as giving me the rally. But it does allow me to go for attacks when I shouldn't be able to. Let's just run out the veteran investigator, see what I draw. Can block everything the opponent throws at me. It is not attacking with the Rune Keeper for some reason. I don't understand why. Let's block like so.
I'll recite your rights.
And no, let's not draw one. I'll actually summon the Aeris and then take advantage of this to strike into the opponent's nexus yet again. Getting that damage in is going to be relevant. With this, I proc the Terrify yet again. The opponent goes down to 15 cards. And I get all of my units buffed up. And you know what? Because they're rather small, the opponent's units are not that large either. And I can drop down the Ezreal. It strikes immediately. I even get a Mystic Shot for my troubles. And then I can go for a strike like so. Yeah, this is a good position for me.
The world's in a grain of sand.
Let's go ahead and poke this unit. It's probably the most frightening one because it has the fearsome keyword, makes it a bit more awkward to block that one. And that's a Fiddlesticks. I could drop down the Fiddlesticks, but I guess I won't have that opportunity because the opponent attacked right away. A bit annoying. Let's try and
You're between me and glory.
survive.
Disrupting my research.
Then I'll poke these two down, minimize the amount of damage I take, work on leveling up Ezreal, even though I don't think we'll ever actually level up Ezreal throughout this entire adventure. Ezreal is just here because he is an elusive that gives other units elusive. And that might just be good enough, honestly. Yeah, that's fine.
Watch and learn.
Let's give Fiddlesticks elusive.
Putting study into practice.
Well, let's try to fish for the lethal. Okay, it just accepts it. I don't know if he could have actually survived if he blocked this with academic,
Like my name.
but I guess the opponent didn't want to find out. Pretty simple victory, especially against the first encounter in this adventure. Normally it's a bit harder. Augmented experimenter, discard your hand, draw 3 if I'm not mistaken, and deal 3. That's not good enough. If last game is anything to go by, then we keep our hand nice and full quite consistently. So I should reroll here, right? Yeah, let's reroll here. Time trick. Time Trick is alright, especially if it summons a body alongside whatever it's doing. You can take advantage of this encounter to cut a card. I think I'll cut the True Shot Barrage. Unfortunately, True Shot Barrage is a tad too slow for my tastes. Hopefully we don't get demolished by this encounter. The Bohuru Cultist has a very aggressive power. Oh, that's an unfortunate draw. We drew both the cards we wanted to draw off the far side. If he buffs that up, it goes +2/+2 plus whatever the equipment is. I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to drop down the Ezreal. Try to terrify as much as possible. Interesting.
Get bloody, get paid.
He decides to summon 2 blockers instead. Can't blame him, honestly. It does make it so my turns are a bit more awkward, though. I guess I'll stun there and try to get a strike in with the Ezreal. Oh, right. Ezreal is vulnerable because of the opponent's effects. There goes my Ezreal, I guess. I'll still be able to get some damage in with the Vastine Disciple. Unless he of course blocks with that. He chooses not to. Okay. Well, the opponent's almost out of cards, so that's nice. What should I do here? Let's drop down the largest unit in my hand. And then what? That unit is the only one, and that one as well, that trades favorably with what I have. I'll just go like so. Try to force the opponent to block in an unfavorable manner. Try to deal as much damage to his nexus as possible as well, in order to terrify a bunch of cards here. But he has a lot of cards in the deck still. Of course I don't hit anything good off of that effect. Why is that getting doubled? Oh, knocks in education. That's rare. Let's see if I can fish for something in my deck. The Pokestick's a nice piece of removal. Ouch. Let's battle Pixie. We'll go ahead and deal 3. Only 3? I thought it was 4. That's unfortunate. Can't block that because it's brash. This is a very poor position to be in. We're taking a lot of damage here. This is not good at all. Let's develop the Astute Academic and hope for the best. Next turn, I'll try to go for an attack. I won't do it this turn though, because this turn I can go 1 into core here, kill the Crackshot Corsair, and set up a kill with the Pokestick there. I can also go for the Ares. I'll do just that. Hit with the elusives. And I'll also hit with the Petal Pixie because it has impact. This is good. We got two good hits in, plus the astute academic. And we got Fiddlesticks finally. We're not close to leveling him up, but we have taken control of the board back. We're in a position where we can drop down Ezreal next turn. There we go, there's Fiddlesticks level up. We can drop down Ezreal next turn, we can give Fiddlesticks elusive. We have the Arachnoid Sentry to stun there. I won't stun there, I'll just drop down the Ezreal first. See what the opponent does there. He goes for the attack. I'll do this here. Block here, block here. And sure, I'll throw the Iris in. Wait, this is not enough to kill the hired gun, really? It's 2 plus 3, okay. We were 1 off, unfortunately. No, there's not really anything else I can do differently. Maybe I'll do this instead. Go for the Ezreal, just to mitigate the amount of damage I take here. It's not pretty, but it's better than taking a billion damage here. And I can Thermogenic Beam that thing down, so I can attack with Fiddlesticks. Never mind, because he went and buffed it up. Well, I'll just attack with the Spritelings instead. Get some cheap damage in. Let's attack with everything. I can burst speed Fiddlesticks Crowstorm. It chooses not to do anything really. Well, I'll just Crowstorm here then. Clear the opponent's board. He'll probably do something after I empty my hand. Yep. Figured that much. How annoying. He's really dealing a bunch of damage to my Nexus. I guess my want to remove cards from my deck caused me to lose a significant portion of my life. Well, we milled the opponent out. Didn't realize we were that close. I should have known Fiddlesticks levels up at 15 or less cards in the opponent's deck. I'm going to need a miracle in order to not end up losing my revive this early in the run. Shop. Vex is interesting. Vex can work to level up or to alongside the Fiddlesticks. Following is okay because it lets us attack more safely. Do I want Vex? Unfortunately, Vex doesn't have Corrupted Gatebreaker. Otherwise, I'd pick her up in a heartbeat. Multiple stage hands. You know what? That's incredibly interesting. I'll pick up 3 of them. And then we obviously go for Twisted Fate because the other options are just bad when you're not playing a deck dedicated to them. 22 or 17 health and a dream. Yeah, I'll keep the Sting Officer. If I choose not to play Ezreal, at the very least I'll go for this instead. In fact, I can go Sting Officer, Vastine Disciple, strike twice, deal a bunch of damage right away. Let's hope he doesn't have some way to force an attack here. It doesn't. Nice. Let's deal a bunch of damage here. Does the Follow the Wind work with the rally effect from the domination? I wonder. It does. Good to know. That's very bad. He's going to start a free attack with the... Ten attack unit. This might seem stupid, but I wonder what happens if I do this. Yeah. I deny the free attack. I think that might be better than the other option. I'll battle Pixie and hopefully he doesn't have another pull. Okay, he doesn't. Great. That was what I was worried about. It was crucial that I went ahead and didn't let him attack with the C3 of Cloudfield there, because I know for a fact that I would have taken the 10 because the unit gets captured before the attack is decided, so you still take the damage, which is very unfortunate. Well, unfortunate for me, not so much for the opponent.
Don't blink or you miss me.
Ooh. We already hit Fiddlesticks level up, really? Didn't realize we were that close.
Time's up, doing crap.
Well,
One shot.
I guess the opponent's dying here. Or at the very least he's taking 1 billion damage.
Son of a... I won't back down.
It appears he doesn't die right away, but it does set up so that the opponent is in a very precarious position next turn. And he is going to end up milling a bunch of cards here. 5 cards in deck. Most of his stuff is... This one is stunned. I can go ahead and debuff everything with Crowstorm. Now I only have to worry about blocking 2 units. Here. And here. Okay. We managed to go through this entire encounter without taking a single point of damage.
It's not bragging if you can back it up.
Exactly what I needed after that last one, where I lost almost 30 health,
Like my name.
possibly more. Now for the clock hand. We obviously won't be able to win with Mill because he has that infinite, the Grifter's deck on the time has come. So that's out of the question. What do I cut here? I'm thinking Thermogenic Beam, mostly because I haven't been playing it all that much. Yeah, let's cut the Thermogenic Beam. Do I want to cut another card? I'm tempted to cut the Arachnoid Sentry, because Arachnoid Sentry is just a slightly worse version of the stagehand. I don't think I really need to keep the stagehands on board. I just want them for the play effect. Right? At least that's my logic. Let's cut the Arachnoid Sentry. Hopefully this doesn't come back to screw me later. "46 cards. I'll toss the stagehand back in, keep the Sting Officer and the Pedal Pixie. I can go for the stagehand here. I can go for the Ezreal. Actually, I'll go for the Sting Officer, Vastine Disciple.
What could
That
you
seems
ever
like the
teach
best
me?
choice here. Try to mill out the opponent as fast as possible. This is annoying because it's softening up my board, makes it more susceptible to removal. Yep. Fortunately, the Vastine Disciple goes back to hand. One strike. That thing got stunned, which is great. I think I'll go Ares. And then we strike with everything. The Vastine Disciple is going to go back to hand. That's going to be a problem once it finally comes down. Let's set up, or try to set up an open attack next turn. With this, we'll attack with wait, I forgot the opponent hasn't attacked yet. Completely forgot about that part. Well, I'll still be able to go for an open attack next turn with double Shimon Wind plus these elusives. Ooh, we got Fiddlesticks. That makes our open attack even better. Not really, because the clock hand can block the Fiddlesticks. But I want Fiddlesticks to attack. Maybe I'll change my plan. Instead of double Shimon Wind, I'll go Ezreal.
Time for a true display of skill.
And he's starting with the time has come infinite. It's fine. I'll just do this. Deal a bunch of damage. Ooh, whatever I summon next is going to have elusive. That's going to be huge. Let's poke that guy down.
Firing.
Leveling up Ezreal might matter this game, because a leveled up Ezreal generates free mystic shots and tossing free, and it deals damage to the opponent's nexus when I play a spell. And that's relevant because it makes it so our plays are better. Yeah, sure, trading to the Fiddlesticks. That's why we have the Grand General's counter plan. If they clear the Fiddlesticks, I just summon a new one. Now we hit, or he's at 15 cards in deck yet again. I'll actually go Twisted Fate red card. Try to deal as much damage to his board or to his face as possible. Then I'll go for an attack like so. My entire objective is to try and burn him down, or burn his deck down. Do I want to throw it at the Mystic Shot at his face or at one of his units? Let's throw it at one of his units.
Sure.
Worst case scenario, I set up a kill with the next Fiddlesticks attack there. 7 cards in deck. Unfortunately, I burned that Ezreal. I have too many cards in hand. Still, I'm going to attack like so. It's going to end up burning all the cards in his deck. In fact, in order to ensure that happens, I'm going to go for the Crow Storm here in order to terrify even more cards out of his deck, and now I am guaranteed to win. There. We milled out the guy that has an infinite amount of cards in his deck. Just like I wanted.
Easy. Like my name.
I wonder if we'll be able to do that to the Ezreal. Probably, if we don't die before that. Who knows what kind of burst damage the Ezreal is going to deal to me. Focusing Crystal. You know what? Focusing Crystal on Ezreal is very tempting. Yeah, let's pick it up. we don't really do a bunch of spell casting, but since Ezreal generates spells, it might be okay. A natural selection. Do we have enough keywords for that to be relevant? We have 3 here. The overwhelm from our power is a 4th one. Quick attack from Twisted Fate is a 5th. And there has some keywords from the husks as well. And considering how full our hand was last game, I don't think we really need the fast deal. Can I deal enough damage to the Ruin Runner? Probably not, but I'm going to try anyway. This might be the thing that ends my run. My need for more powers over reason. It's fine. Let's skip these two. Worst case scenario, I'll go Petal Pixie into attack with the Vastine Disciple. She's stunned. Let's go Petal Pixie, see what the opponent does. I should have figured it would go for that one. I'll drop down the Vastine Disciple. I'm going to attack with everything. I want to get the chip damage in. Crap, I'm going to get no damage in instead. Well, at least that summoned the unit, but he's going ahead and wait. Oh right, he's drawing more cards, that's why the Terrafies are proccing. I was wondering why that was happening. Unfortunately, he went ahead and debuffed or increased the cost of the stage hand I wanted to play. That's incredibly annoying. 18. I'm still going to go ahead and do this
We are at the threshold of something
because it burns at least one card.
Our purpose calls to us. We cannot turn away.
Sun's beneath me and winds
Can you
behind
stop
me.
being annoying, opponent?
Hey, over here!
You know what? I'm going to hit with the Vastine Disciple at least. Sure, he goes ahead and clears most of my board, but at the very least I don't take that much damage. 4 damage is manageable. And I still manage to, or I'll still manage to terrify a couple of cards off of him. Which is relevant because I'm pretty sure, yeah, now the unnatural selection has procced, so now I can safely do this, for example. The opponent's obviously generating more Rolling Sands to debuff my unit, which is incredibly annoying. But I'll manage. Let's attack like so. Poor guy isn't going to be able to protect himself from that much damage. Yeah. And now he's going to end up having his entire deck burned. Or most of it anyway. Especially because he also does a lot of drawing by himself. I remember winning this encounter once from the opponent just decking himself out. Oh, that's frightening. Fortunately I can just go Fiddlesticks here and that clears most of his board yet again. In fact, let's stun the opponent's largest unit and go for an attack.
All that glitters. All or nothing.
4 cards in deck. That's -2. He draws one at the next round start. So 4 guys going to burn to death. In fact, I can force him to draw himself to death with the veteran investigators. Good thing I decided to keep them around.
Is my duty.
Another victory through milk. Well, I guess when we are not being aggroed down, we can do this kind of stuff quite consistently. Iceborne Gauntlet on the Fiddlesticks. Most wanted Dunekeeper. Honestly, Dunekeeper might be good enough. It generates 2 bodies. And the impact is always nice because it ensures at least 1 damage is always dealt. Hush them down. Yeah, sure, hush them down is okay. I'll save the reroll for the hair power from the shop. Sting Officer. I'll toss the Stein Disciple, obviously, and the Veteran Investigator. The Sting Officer is better in the earlier stages of the game anyway. And I'll draw the Stein Disciple back here. Let's go, Sting Officer. Stein Disciple. It's fine that the Stein Disciple is the one that gets vulnerable, because it goes back into my hand and completely mitigates the point of that card.
End of the freaking world, huh? Let's go.
I need blockers.
Officer J.S. Hawkjaw.
Of course, the opponent procs the Dune Swallower. I've gone so many times where the opponent just doesn't proc it
Hello there.
before, throughout the entire game in fact. But the one time I can't allow him to proc it, he does. How unlucky. I'll still win, don't get me wrong, but I would have liked the extra health. Especially because the amount of burn that the Ezreal can do is not exactly fair. Yeah, sure, I'll go Ezreal into Twisted Fate probably. Oh, that's annoying. That's incredibly annoying, in fact. I guess I'll just have to go for the Sting Officer, which is incredibly unfortunate. Let's hope I hit Fiddlesticks. There he is, there's our boy. That mitigates a little bit of the damage I'm taking here. And with his Crow Storm I can mitigate it further. I'll do this here, this here. Let's time trick twice. Try to go ahead and generate some blockers for these two because I don't want to trade in my elusives. Oh right, Ezreal gets buffed up when I play a spell. Maybe I shouldn't do this. This saves more health. Or saves us more health, I mean. And I don't really need the Ezreal around anymore. Or I could keep him around, but I don't have to. When we can just attack like so, force the opponent to burn his entire deck, or the remaining of his deck. One card left. If only we had... Actually no, we have a lethal out. We do this, and then we summon Veteran Investigator.
It is my duty.
Just like that. I ended up losing way too much health there though. I might not be able to go for the Ezreal victory on the first try. Spells chest. No, let's go for the shop. Homecrew rookie with heavy hands. That's incredibly tempting. An upgrade for the Crow Storm. When you play slow spell, copy it onto the same targets. I don't have slow spells. Spell Slinger is significantly better. Now Ezreal's Mystic Shots only costs 1. Crow Storms cost 6. I don't want infinite static shocks, right? Nah. I could go for the Boom Crew rookie. They are very tempting, but I don't think I'll be able to connect with the double attack. But it's very good with the impact. I'll pick up the Grifter's deck here just in case, and I'll leave the Boom Crew rookie. Cut a card. Honestly, I'm fine with this deck as is. I'm just going to purchase the healing. If I'm going to have to try twice against Ezreal, I might as well try twice with full health each time. Nope, I don't need this many Ezreals. I'd rather draw them off of our Hero's Welcome. He's going to summon an Ezreal here, yes. The Ezreal has 0 attack at least. That's a small positive. Let's hope he doesn't really have that much removal. I would much rather him multiplicate his Ezreal a bunch of times here. Anything he has kills the King Officer anyway, so let's do this. Oh. He's debuffing. How annoying. Well, at least I'll still be able to connect with the Shimon Bastine Disciple. That's something. Slowly and surely, let's try to burn the opponent's deck down. That's terrible. I need the stun from the Twisted Fate.
Dead in their tracks.
It's kind of unfortunate that that thing has Overwhelm, because that means I'm going to take 1 billion damage. And this unit can't even block. Perfect. Well, at least the opponent let me hit him. That's another Terrify proc. What do I even do here? I'll go for this thing, Officer. Really nothing. Let's see what he does when I play Ares. There he goes. That's kind of pointless though. My board is going to go away. Unless, of course, I manage to terrify my units into...
Me and glory.
or terrify him with my units until they get buffed up. They don't get buffed up. I just lose here if the opponent open attacks. Well, I have a stun. Let's see if he lets me play it. He does. Well, let's stun there.
The threshold of something great. Our purpose calls for
I'd much rather have stunned the Overwhelmers.
If you do not have a part to play, take one.
Even if the opponent decides not to attack here and I waste these stations, I think that's a satisfactory
There is
outcome.
no other way.
Really? You're attacking with only these two? Maybe he's planning on burning me to death? That's a
If we seek
possibility.
forgiveness, we must commit all. What we do is
But the
so
fact that he only attacked with those two means that I can retaliate like so. And this is better for me than it is for him.
It's done.
I hit him for 4 instances of damage, that means 4 cards terrified. And I didn't hit a Fiddlesticks, crap. Or a unit off of the nightmares for that matter. I'm just going to Ezreal and hope for the best. And double through shot barrage. The opponent has dealt more damage to himself than I did to him. What do I even do here? Let's Dream Petal Pixie twice. My game plan is going to try and hit something good off of this Terrify. And hope that this is enough. Ouch. That's way too much damage, that's lethal. What could have changed the outcome of this game? No, I'm not quite sure. The run might just be doomed. Maybe if he didn't have that much removal, maybe if I managed to hit on the first turn with all of my
Wait, where are we going?
units. I don't know. At the very least I get to try again. I'll keep this to academic. Maybe instead of going wide I should be going tall. This to academic is decently statted. Let's try to go ahead and do that.
I brought my books.
Astute Academic. The opponent's copying a bunch of stunned Ezreals. Let's hope he doesn't have removal for this. That's not removal. Sure, it's 2 damage to my face, but still. That's not even enough to prevent the 4 cards that I'm going to terrify here. Now if only I hit some nightmares, I don't. Well, at the very least I hit a couple of big cards. I hit the one of the Overwhelmers, the large Overwhelmers, that's good. But that's about it though. I can actually go for Twisted Fate here. It clears one of the
Who says I don't?
opponent's units, sets up so that I can jump block with the time trick if necessary. He's not attacking really. I'm going to pass, see what he does. Debuffs the Twisted Fate. He's to academic as well. And he is going infinite with the Ancient Malediction. Just my luck. Well, I guess I'll trade these in. Try to get rid of the curses. And trade that in. I'll actually go for the Vastine Disciple. And I'll attack with both of these. Yeah, the opponent doesn't block. He's not worried about me terrifying his cards. But I'm getting some good hits. Managed to hit 2 of his board clears there. And that's a Fiddlesticks, that's pretty good. That's one of the Ezreals down. Sure, he had the Deathless, but still. 7 mana from the opponent. I am going to go for an Ezreal. Try to frighten the opponent. Maybe he wastes removal, maybe he does something stupid here. That's not stupid, that's incredibly terrifying in fact. Let's try to terrify the opponent. No, let's try to soften up his units instead. Okay. As far as blocks goes, that's probably the best one because it has impact. And I don't need him to bounce back to my hand immediately. I get to keep the Fiddlesticks. I'll have access to Crowstorm or Fiddlesticks himself, depending if the opponent removes Fiddlesticks or not. Okay, leveling up Ezreal, dealing a bunch of damage to my face. He doesn't clear the Fiddlesticks though. 27 cards in deck. This clears one Ezreal. That's one less Ezreal that I have to worry about.
No way.
Now the question is, do I go for I'll go for another Ezreal here. I have 2 Fiddlesticks in hand.
Back at ya. It's not bragging if you could back it up.
Can block like so. Here and here.
Meat gauntlet.
The opponent doesn't seem to have more removal, which is interesting.
You're between me and glory.
There goes another Ezreal. And I'll go for a Fiddlesticks here. Clear another one of the opponent's units. I terrify a couple of a couple of other cards from the opponent down here. Okay, I think we've stabilized. He has 4 cards in hand. What are the odds he can kill me with 4 cards? Not high, I hope.
That's gotta hurt.
Okay. That could be worse. He's poking the Ezreal down.
Firing.
Let's go ahead and Fiddlesticks Crowstorm. And I low roll on my 6 drop. That's unfortunate. Well, at least Fiddlesticks leveled up, which means I'll start terrifying on attack. And the opponent finally hit the less than 15 cards mark. But he's getting extremely lucky with the Ancient Maledictions. Really hitting that 50%. Am I going to die from this?
All skill.
Apparently so. Unless I hit a something here, an elusive. That's an elusive. That's another elusive. I survive. Barely.
No way.
That's extremely lucky. Let's hope he doesn't have Blurred. He doesn't. Oh, that was way too close for comfort. The fact that the opponent got so lucky with the Ancient Maledictions is also extremely unfortunate for me. But I can't call him out that much there, because I hit 2 elusive blockers when I really needed them. Oh, that was a real nail-biter of a run. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.